From the return of Iron Man to an Easter egg 99% of players missed, here are 30 secrets in Fortnite Season 4. If you look at every Peely in Fortnite, they all share the same thing. His head is broken open. Most players don't realize Peelverine is the first Peely to be a closed banana, and that's because he has regeneration powers, making a peel impossible. And even though Tony Stark isn't in the battle pass, that doesn't stop him from making a secret cameo. War Machine's emote is pretty cool. And then you realize it feels a little too familiar. But there's a secret which creates wall hacks. Thanks to Emma Frost's medallion, you can scan nearby enemies. It's already kinda helpful until you realize the cooldown can be removed. All you gotta do is hand it to your teammates and they could use it immediately, letting you scan up to 4 times every minute. It's crazy. It's not even the weirdest part of the season. When you walk into the throne room to face off against Doombot, forget about him and look at the carpet. For whatever reason, if you pickaxe it, something strange happens. Yeah, it's the rare gold coin from Chapter 2, and if you go through the whole castle and destroy as many of these as possible, you can collect dozens of them. And you should probably know the Gritty is in trouble. This might be the single most popular emote in Fortnite, yet this week NBA Youngboy, who made right foot creep, pled guilty to a crime. In the past, icon series with controversy have been banned from the item shop, like Lizzo and DaBaby. So will we see the Gritty get blacklisted, or is it way too profitable for Epic? Speaking of musicians, MF Doom was a legendary rapper known for his persona where he used the Dr. Doom mask. And if you haven't noticed, that's pretty important for this season's theme. There are Victor Von Scoops all over the island, and MF Doom fans are pointing out this could be a reference to the late rapper. Take a look at this popular artwork from 2009, which fans ended up associating with MF Doom years later. The last Marvel season, we had legacy achievements, and these were full of Easter eggs. Even though we can't get them this time around, that role has gone to accolades, which you can view using the map button. This shows you accolades like the anti-hero, which has a picture you might recognize. While that was taken from Civil War, some features are based on real life, like when you walk into Doom's trophy hall. This is a real classical piece from 1879, followed by another song from 1840. What's it called? The Funeral March, in a hall full of superhero corpses. Just a little morbid, Fortnite. And let's head back to Emma Frost. It's not just her medallion you should be looking at, her emote also has an insane secret. Might feel like a random dance, but this is from an event in the comics known as the Hellfire Gala. Basically, a ton of mutants attend this every year in fancy clothing, and this emote is Emma's Gala Dance. In fact, if you go to her vault room, you can look at the walls and find the logo of the Hellfire Club. Not the only Marvel secret, Cap's shield is hiding one of the most underrated tricks in Season 4. You don't even need to waste your cooldown to block bullets. Simply hold this in your hand and it blocks all incoming fire. And did you know that Shuri is secretly reactive? It's hard to notice in broad daylight, but when you get an elimination, her necklace, beads, and eyes will glow. One of the coolest Easter eggs is hiding on the loading screen. Most of us don't pay attention to this, just trying to pass the time before we get into the match. Yet if you look at the season's artwork, they all have a special sticker in the corner. It mimics the issue number from a comic book, and it actually matches the Battle Pass page each loading screen is on. The attention to detail is insane, especially when it comes to Gwenpool. As someone who is a real girl that was transported into Marvel Comics, it makes sense that she used to play Fortnite. So in one of the quests for Reload, you can spot a quote from Gwen. It turns out she's fangirling over Tilted Towers and how she used to drop there. Not the only fourth wall break. Unlike Emma Frost, the Gwenpool's emote is actually a random dance. Except there's a reason for this. The description says, look, I got a Fortnite dance. The effects are my idea. So basically Gwen is revealing she helped design her own set, and this emote, it's just a fun celebration. While she's a fan of Tilted, I think someone else is a bigger fan of Tony Stark. In a random basement on the map, an Iron Man shrine has been here for weeks, yet now it has been updated with a secret computer. If you go up to it, an encrypted message appears, but you can pretty much understand it anyway. It says, inaugural meeting of the Tony Stark fan club. Meeting agenda 1, Arc Reactor fan fiction reading, 2, discussing Jarvis theories, and 3, plans to stop Doom. I guess whoever lives in this basement doesn't just admire him, they're willing to help in the fight. And so when he arrives in the leaked Iron Man update, hopefully he brings us a mythic or medallion. But whatever happens next, at least we know this will take us back to Chapter 2. Insiders have confirmed that in November, we'll be transported back to Season 1, 2, and 3, which lines up with the roadmap from this year. So basically, we'll be revisiting the Agency and the Flood season, but won't be able to experience the Aliens, Primal, or Bounty Hunters theme again. It's not just Battle Royale being affected. This time travel will extend to Reload 2, updating that map to a Chapter 2 remix. So yeah, the whole mode will have a different type of nostalgia. In fact, Reload is already getting changed as we speak. New weapons were secretly added overnight, like the original hand cannon, hunting rifles, and shield kegs. This meant they had to remove some stuff though. You can't find heavy shotguns, lever action rifles, or regular old pistols anymore. They also changed Storm Surge to be 6 times more deadly. Now it'll activate after you take 100 damage from the storm, and it takes way more of your health. Next time you're playing Reload and suddenly a surge hits you, this is thanks to the secret update. Now, how many of you have seen a new cosmetic at the item shop only to be away from home and can't buy it? It's a problem that affects a lot of people. Even I missed out on stuff like Vault Boy because I wasn't home, and it hasn't returned since. Now, luckily, that is now going to be a thing of the past, because Fortnite just dropped a website version of the item shop. For the first time ever, you don't need to boot up the whole game just to buy a skin. You can go to Fortnite.com/shop, top up your V-Bucks, and then spend them on items. But if you do decide to open the game, make sure to look for Peabody. He's now the strangest NPC in Chapter 5, because if you take him out, he'll drop the classic pistol from older seasons. This was only ever possible with the Wanderer, who was meant to be immortal. We have no idea why Peabody is giving this out, but what I do know is that it has hit scan, making it one of the most accurate weapons in the game. And if you've been too busy shooting bosses, you might have ignored the fact that they all have voices. Well, Epic has officially revealed the actors behind these iconic characters. Turns out Mysterio in Fortnite is also the voice of Charles from Red Dead 2, Bode in Jedi Survivor, and of course, Mysterio again in Spider-Man 2. Emma Frost's actress is an expert in her character, because she also voices Emma in X-Men 97. Then we have Dr. Doom himself, who is a prolific actor, voicing Reinhardt in Overwatch, J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man games, and Revenant in Apex Legends. They're not the only famous actors. Turns out Fortnite is spoiling cameos from Deadpool and Wolverine. Last week, they put up a tweet showing a lobby with Logan, Gambit, Wade, and X-23. It was obviously referencing the scene from the movie where they meet up, and in the tweet, Fortnite even jokes about Channing Tatum's Gambit accent.
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Not the only thing they accidentally spoiled. In a new trailer for Fortnite Mobile, you could see an upcoming version of Season 4, which includes 2 unreleased items in their inventory. The Stark Industries energy rifle, which is to be expected, but also cluster clingers. Now, I don't think anyone had that on their bingo card. These are going to be super useful against Cap's shield. And look, I know I said the Cybertruck could pull a ton of weight, but I wasn't expecting it to have launch controls. For some reason, if you go through a hoop in this car, it sends you flying, and this is only happening with the Cybertruck, and no one knows why. Speaking of glitches, if you throw Cap's shield at an enemy, it does like 50 damage. We know this, except if you throw it and then aim at them with your Monarch pistol, the shield damage gets buffed to 83. That's because the gun is meant to do this, but the game confuses Cap's shield for your bullets. So as a workaround, they straight up nerf the Monarch pistol instead. It stops us from zooming in and getting bonus damage. Players hated this and called the Monarch useless, so Epic deleted the nerf, simply fixing Cap's shield glitch instead. It is time to get excited for the return of the most beloved LTMs in Fortnite. The classic Avengers mode is coming back later this season, letting us play heroes versus villains all over again. We're not sure if it'll be Thanos and the Chitauri this time. It might even be Dr. Doom and his robot army. Let me know what you are most excited for to come to the game. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.